Hey, well, this is a troll prepper, and I've never done a video like this before where you're looking at the screen and not me. Maybe this will get me more subscribers. You don't have to look at my ugly mug. Anyway, watching CitySurvivalist video, and he's got a Pittsburgh set of calipers. That looks pretty familiar. Right. And there was some question he raised, I guess, about the purpose here. And yeah, you can do, you can etch a line with it. That will dull the tip, and then your measurements won't be as precise. So bear that in mind if you use it that way. Mine's actually a little different than yours. It's okay, well, you know, it's got the same zero, same on-off button, millimeter, inch, and it also does inch fraction. So there's inch decimal, all right, which is nice. I like to use inch decimal, to be quite honest with you. Inch fraction, you have to think. You have to think in weird numbers. So that's 85 128ths. And so that just doesn't tell you as much as, well, there's millimeters, 16.88 millimeters, or 0.6645 inches. Alright, so anyway, there's that. What this is really for, this bit, is the measurement of, this is something I made one of the engineering courses I'm taking, where we actually got to play with the big toys. Yeah, okay, what this is actually for is for inside diameter. So if you've got it zeroed properly, this gives you diameter, and you just cut that in half, and that's your radius, if that's necessary. In most cases, diameter is what you'd be using if you're talking about drill bit size or whatnot, for what you're going to be doing. So anyway, I thought I would just share that with you, the actual purpose of that little thing. Now, you can also, you drop it in like that if you wanted to measure, that's the width of a groove, and there's your groove measurement. So that's 0.1 inches, and I just went over just a little bit. It was the width of the tool, to be honest with you, when I cut those grooves, and you know, I'd originally called out for you know, 1/10 of an inch, and I just went a little bit over. I got an A on the project. All right, so anyway, now this thing down here, what this does is this actually tells you depth, and so you set your gauge directly against the exterior, and then you drop. Whoops, missed. Hard to do. The camera between me and the workpiece. All right, and so then I drop that little deal down into the groove, and I can tell you the depth of the groove with a fairly high degree of precision. So that groove is 0.039 inches deep. I was a little shallow on that. I was going for 0.4 or 0.04. Sorry. But anyway, so that's it. Explained. It's depth gauge. All right. And this is for inside diameter. Check. All right, man. Hey, continue to have your fun, man, because I know you're just having a ball. It shows. It really does. All right. Troll Pepper out. All right, now I'm recording again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off that short. Something else you might want to get. The Pittsburgh, I'm assuming you got it at Harbor Freight. That's where I got mine. It's brilliant. It's man, you know, you don't have to really worry about taking great care of it, because like you said, they are inexpensive. Also not too expensive, but a lot more accurate if you're dealing with things that need real precision. This is called a digital micrometer. It goes from 0 to an inch, and this is all an inch. It has a vernier scale. You know, if you're used to that, if you're comfortable with it, you know, that's a good way to do it. It also has just like a little running clock down there, and so anyway, might want to look into getting one of these, man. They're also not very expensive, and will give you a lot more precise and repeatable measurement between these two gauge faces. All right. So, kind of an interesting story on this that one of my professors likes to tell is a number of years ago, after he first kind of got there to Cal Poly as a professor, he walked into a lab where some of the aero guys were doing a layup on a wing, and they had about 30 of these things down on the wing, and they were just sitting there. And so he walked up to one of the students, and he says, "What do you got going on here?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, man, we dug through the cabinets here, and we found these precision C-clamps." The ones there at school are far more expensive than this. This one I think was, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks. It really wasn't too expensive. And, you know, the expensive ones are really nice, and, you know, you can calibrate them. I don't think this is something that you can calibrate. If it is, I don't know how to do it. But yeah, it's just Centec. It says made in China. But it does give me better repeatability of measurement. So also very inexpensive. If you find yourself in the need for more repeatable precision than the calipers, you know, go with a micrometer. It's good. It's good. All right. And oh yeah, one other thing. This is called a machinist scale. It's just a little 6-inch deal, and it's got a little slider on here. And with that little slider, it doesn't slide too overly easily. And if you get it lined up, you can then transfer measurement very quickly. And you can run it against pieces as they're turning in a lathe without any risk to you as an individual. And that's what it's used for. Basic measurement transfer. So you can just take apart, you know, you had that one deal where you had the little comb, and you set it down and it repeats the shape. Those things are awesome. I want one. Anyway, let's see, what do I want to measure? How about a stack of quarters? All right, and so you can just bring your machinist scale up to the stack of quarters, and you just run this little thing down on it, just like that. And you know, at your leisure, you can then read off of here what it is, and it's you know, it's measured out an inch 64ths. Is that what that is? Yeah, there's 64ths on this side, and then on the other side, you know, you've got 16ths down here, and here those are 32nds. So I don't know. It's just another tool in the thing. I think this is like $2 or $3, but I don't know where to get it honestly, other than the bookstore there. And then on the back there are decimal equivalents, and so you've got these 64ths. If you wanted it in decimal equivalent, and that's the way my mind works, is in decimal. Inch decimal, to be fair. So anyway, just something else to look into. Cheap, and really useful. I mean, you can just see how useful that is. You know, you just run it down and bam, you know, there it is. And if you need it in decimal, you just convert it. All right, man. CitySurvivalist, keep up the good work and keep having the fun. All right, bye now.